Yes, welcome to Tuesday's edition of P&B Sport. It's going to be a Tuesday night full of eclipse. You can call it the eclipse of blue and red, just like you know of the eclipse of the sun. But this time around, the red side of London versus the blue side of London later tonight, 8 p.m. It is a battle full of rivalry. It is a battle full of derby. It is two teams in one city. It is the London derby, the Arsenal derby versus the Blues of Chelsea. They call them the Gunners of Emirates Stadium, and they call them the Pride of London, talking about Chelsea. These two teams have owned a very remarkable history coming their ways in the English Premier League. And tonight's derby is not just an ordinary derby. It is a derby that becomes a decider for the red side of London, and also a chance or a challenger for a Europa chance for the blue side of London, or should I say the Pride of London. And at this moment, all this will triumph, knowing the fact that Arsenal will be sitting at the top of the log table, and any miscarriage could lead them to a late abortion for the English Premier League 2023-2024 season. And this is a dream they have been dreaming for a very long time, to become the English Premier League champions. These and more right here on your number one P&B Sport, with your number one television, Politics and Business TV. My name is Ridwan Musaga, RMG. Let's quickly go for a quick break, and when we come back, we start the program in full gear, so don't touch that dial. Alright, quickly, let's start from the local scene now. Let's go straight to African football and Nigerian women's side, as the goalkeeping department and the legend and captain Chiamaka Inadozie is up for the best goalkeeper of the season award in the French Division 1 Icon Women's Top Flight League in France. Chiamaka Inadozie is up for the best goalkeeper of the season, and is expected to slug it out with other contingents in the world. Now, the Nigerian international established herself as one of the best goalkeeper in the French top flight league, with the 22-year-old once again made a big impression for Paris FC on the domestic scene, as well as the UEFA Women's Champions League. Inadozie will battle Olympic Lyon's Christiane Endler and Katarzyna Kedrizek of Paris Saint-Germain for the awards. The short stopper was voted the player of the month of March in the French D1 Icon. It will also be recalled that she won the Bruno Martini Award for goalkeeping revelation of the season in the French top flight season in the 2021-2022 season. Congratulations for the nomination. Definitely, most importantly is that she was nominated out of other 12 teams in that league. So definitely, we just hope even if she wins it or she doesn't, it's a big plus for her shows. Let's come back to the male side of the Nigerian football team, starting up with the Nigerian Super Eagles defender William Trust Ekonga, as he expressed his desire to be part of senior national team for the 2025 African Cup of Nations and 2026 FIFA World Cup. Now, the Nigerian international made this known in an interview with newsmen, most especially with Segun Odegbami, where he said that he is coming to the best of his career and feels more motivated to represent the Nigerian Super Eagles. Now he says, and I quote, "Yes, I will be available for the 2025 World Cup, AFCON, and also the 2026 FIFA World Cup. This is my main target, and I feel I am coming to the best year of my career. I feel good physically, and I am recovering well now. I feel more motivated than before, and to really be part of history and join some of the great stars who won one trophy before." Now, the poker defender also reflected on meeting Lionel Messi as one of his best moments and losing the AFCON as one of his worst moments. Yes, we just lost the AFCON to the African champions right now. Talking about Ivory Coast in the just concluded African Cup of Nations, which was held in the home shores of Ivory Coast. Now let's leave gears. Let's come straight to those who are expected to be on the short list of those to coach or handle the leadership of the Nigerian Super Eagles. We just talked about the defensive line there with the captain, Captain Fantastic, like he's fondly called in the shores. Let's look at those top three favorable and those top three that are not favorable. Let's look at them in key gear as we just 2 months until the crucial 2026 World Cup qualifiers against South Africa and Benin. Many Nigerians are still worried about the absence of a substantive coach who will manage the team. Now let's highlight 3 top candidates, starting with Emmanuel and Minike, like you've seen from the left hand side, Dominic Torrent, and also Tony Conceição. These are 3 great coaches who are making impact already. Right now, Emenike has no club he is coaching. And as for Dominic Torrent, he is presently with Inter Miami female side, where he is running his job right now. And also Tony Conceição is the Moroccan, the Cameroonian African coach at the moment, but there's possibility also he wants to leave that contract. So let's look at Emmanuel Aminike starting up with the Nigerian-born former player, touted by many football enthusiasts as the next potential coach of the Nigerian Super Eagles after the departure of Jose Pesero in the month of February. It seems the authority the authority's choice if they can't afford to take on a bankroll unemployment from a foreign coach. Minike will be remembered for leading the Golden Eagles to the 2015 FIFA Under-17 World Cup, where he brought in the likes of Osimhen to the world with some of his players such as Victor Osimhen, Samuel Chukwueze already playing for the Nigerian Super Eagles, and the 53-year-old has played a pivotal role in nurturing several Nigerian talents who have successfully transitioned from the youth football to the senior national team. He had also successful stint. He has a successful stint with Tanzania senior national team, qualifying the team for their ever 2019 African Cup of Nations, where they lost 3 matches against Algeria, Senegal, and Kenya in Group C. Now let's talk about the man in Inter Miami, the Spanish Dominic Torrent, who was the former Manchester assistant coach of Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola. Now Torrent will be counting on his experience, having worked with high-profile clubs in Europe. The man is 61 years old already and is closely with Pep Guardiola throughout his coaching career, including stints at Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and Manchester City, where he achieved a significant success, winning numerous trophies with Pep Guardiola. Now, Torrent's last job as a manager was when he was named Galatasaray head coach in 2022. However, a string of losses in the Super League, he was shown the exit door on June 24th, 2022. While Torrent is here to secure a trophy as a head coach, he is known for instantly a silky attacking style of playing in a team. Quality many Nigerians have been yearning for since the Nigerian Super Eagles performance at the AFCON 2023, where they won silver after losing to Ivory Coast. Now the man is said to be with Inter Miami. Now let's go straight to the Portuguese man, the man who they also say is a friend to Jose Mourinho. Now, does it mean that every coach is a friend to the Portuguese man, Jose Mourinho? This is Tony Conceição, and the man is not a stranger to African football at all. In fact, he is one cultured foreign coach who has been in African shores for a decade, and this man is the coach of the Indomitable Lions, where he finished up a top spot in the qualifying series of 2021 African Cup of Nations, despite being host. However, he led the team to third place finish before he was dismissed in the year 2022. And some of the club's Portuguese tactician has coach include CR Claude, Morense, Neil Salamina, Penafiel, and also Belenenses in the top seed of the Portuguese League, to name a few. Now, Conceição will compete with several high-profile coaches who won on the continent for the conversion of a position of managing the three-time African champions, Nigerian Super Eagles. Now we've talked about the three favorable. Let's talk about the three unfavored candidates. Starting with the man who led the bench to the finals of the African Cup of Nations in 2023 against Ivory Coast, none other than former player Finidi George, one of Jose Pacero's assistant coach that left the job after 2023 African Cup of Nations Ivory Coast, where Nigeria finished second. Finidi George is another coach who has made his name with the Imba International before being saddled with the responsibility to manage as an interim boss on the Nigerian Super Eagles basis. Now let's leave him. Let's talk about Danny Buish, the Holland or the Netherlands man who has in one way or the other has made impact ever since becoming a coach. Now, Danny Buish is just a 41-year-old manager from the Netherlands who is currently in charge of Fortuna Sittard. Fortuna Sittard is currently 11th on the Eredivisie table with just 9 wins from 30 league games. It is worth noting that Danny Buish ended his playing career with amateur side Cousin Boys, and a couple of years after his retirement, he became the team's head coach. It is important to point out that Buish has no experience with national teams. So, that is the reason why he might not be favored. Let's look at the last man standing, the man from the Les Blues, the man from France, the man who has coached a number of female teams, Hervé Renard. This is a very big name when it comes to coaching football in Europe. He was once regarded as the white witch doctor of African football, having won the African Cup of Nations with 2 different nations, Ivory Coast and Zambia respectively. Recall that in 2012 he led the Chipolopolo of Zambia to win their first ever AFCON trophy before helping Ivory Coast to win their second AFCON trophy in 2015. Now at the 2022 FIFA World Cup, Renard Saudi Arabia team shocked the world by defeating eventual world champions Lionel Messi's Argentina in the group stage. Not 1 goal, not 2 goals, not 3 goals, but 4 goals decisively. A game that was surprising to every human on the surface of the earth. Still under contract with French female football team, Renard needs no introduction again in the African shores. It is, however, not yet known if NFF will be patient enough to wait until the 30th of May when his deal or his contract will be expiring with the female side. Let's drink a piece of water and then we'll come back. We'll glance through full-time Europe. We'll talk about the game between Arsenal versus Chelsea in London. And how would that be a change of plan in the top of the league table? Don't forget that you can reach us on YouTube and also on Facebook Live and direct. And also drop a comment. We'll be right back after this quick break. Yes, welcome back. I'm glad to know you're still with P&B Sports. Don't forget that Arsenal game is scheduled for 8 p.m. tonight at the Emirates Stadium. Now, these two teams are acclaimed because some fans will say Chelsea are not actually as in form as they think in the last few games. But though from the last games they both played, you know that they are actually in form. Now for Arsenal, it is the time for them to make their decision right. This is a moment where they wouldn't want to lose any point at all to get to or to maintain their top of the league table to win the UEFA Champions League. And now, before we talk about the possibilities of lineups from these two sides, let's quickly look at tennis, where Casper Ruud won his first leg of the 2024 as he beat Stefano Tsitsipas in a straight set to win the Barcelona Open just a couple of hours ago. Now, the Norwegian third seed Ruud defeated the Greek fifth seed 7-5-6-3 to claim the biggest title of his career. It is the first time the 25-year-old who is ranked 6th in the world has won an ATP 500 ranked event. For him, it means a lot. This is his biggest title ever he won. And also, Ruud, a 3-time Grand Slam runner-up, was broken early by the 25-year-old Tsitsipas, who broke back in the 6th game before going on to convert one of two sets to 6-5. He then opened a 4-1 lead in the second set after Tsitsipas hit a forehand into the net to concede a breaker before seeing out a victory in 91 minutes to end the Greeks' 10th match winning streak. Congratulations to Ruud. And elsewhere in Germany, Jean-Lennart Struff in the straight set to win over American Taylor Fleets to win the BMW Open in Munich. Now, a 4th seed and home favorite Struff beat the 3rd seed 7-5-6-3 to secure the maiden ATP Tour title at the clay court in ATP 250 event. Congratulations to those two guys. Now let's still go straight to the female side of tennis this time around. Former Wimbledon champion Gabriela Muguruza has confirmed her retirement from tennis, and the Spanish former world number 1 won Wimbledon in 2017 as well as the French Open the previous year of 2018. The 30-year-old announced her retirement in Madrid before La Resa World Sports Awards, and she says it is time for me to say goodbye. It's been a long and successful career, but I feel the time is right to retire, said Muguruza. She is a Venezuelan born and has not played since January 2023, and last March she said she was taking an extended break from tennis. She turned professional tennis player in 2012 when she won the first Grand Slam in 2016, defeating Serena Williams in the final of the French Open. And that is the picture you see she's smiling on. And since then, she has been the world number 1 numerous times with winning in the Roland Garros and Wimbledon and also the WTA finals. Congratulations to you, and we hope to see more of young lads coming in. Now let's go straight to the game tonight. Let's talk about the London side. Let's talk about Arsenal. Chelsea will be slugging out 8 p.m. today in the English Premier League out there in the Emirates Stadium this time around. Now Chelsea could be without top scorer Cole Palmer when they visit Premier League leaders Arsenal later tonight. Now Palmer is a joint top scorer with in the league with 20 goals. However, the Blues, our boss Mauricio Pochettino said the 21-year-old is struggling to recover from an illness in time for the game. He says, and I quote, "We will see Tuesday morning," which is today. Either I don't believe he can be involved. Pochettino said even if he is good on Tuesday, maybe he is not on a condition to play against Arsenal. We hope he can recover from his situation and be involved with the team as quick as possible. Now Chelsea are 9th in the Premier League, 3 points off 7th place, and Palmer's absence will be a blow for their hopes of qualifying for Europe or the Europa Conference League or the Europa League. Now this is where the point stands for Chelsea. Can they work it out without Cole Palmer, who has been in superb form this season? 20 goals, 9 penalties, and the remaining 11 has been from different kind of goals, with one hat-trick coming in from the man. Arsenal is said to be one of the biggest rivals of Chelsea, and the Gunners hoped to wear the dent by a 2-0 loss at Aston Villa last on April 14, but we recovered with a victory, the same scoreline with Wolverhampton just on Saturday. Now the Tuesday's game will be Arsenal's 4th in 10 days, but manager Mikel Arteta insisted his side are not being affected by the quick turnaround between fixtures. So if he is not if he's not affected by it, it means definitely the man is ready for the heat. Now let's give it on to the Londoners. Let's give it on to the English Premier League fans. Let's look at, as Chelsea say, they are disgusted by the racial abuse directed towards Nicholas Jackson via social media following their FA Cup semi-final defeat by Manchester City on Saturday. And now Mauricio Pochettino's side lost 1-0 at sitting at Wembley in the game with Jackson mystery promising chances. Well, the club statement continued to say that they will find that person and persecute him. The Senegal forward Jackson, who is 22 years old, joined Chelsea from Spanish side Villarreal last summer, and he has scored just 13 goals this season with 10 in the Premier League. Wow, he has made impact. If you look at it, for the first season, 10 goals. Not any other player can come into the Blues to make such kind of impact. With the Drogba over it, obviously he's going to lose, but he's going to have all of my support. Talking about the Drogba there, supporting the man. Let's leave these shores of England. Let's go straight to Italy. Too much talk in England. Let's talk about the newly crowned champions of Italian Serie A, making it their 20th of overall. Inter Milan have sealed their 20th Italian title by beating arch rivals and nearest neighbors, challengers AC Milan in the history derby della Mondona. Yes, Francesco Acerbi was unmarked to head in Benjamin Pavard's flick on from a corner to give Inter the lead. Marcus Thuram latched on to a longer ball and was given too much to cut off. Now with 86 points on the top of a log table, while the follow-up AC Milan with 69, they are officially crowned the champions of Italian Serie A, and this is the 20th time the Nazzinaros are actually getting it. In the second place, Rossoneri's are now 17 points behind Inter with 5 games to go. Inter Milan's 20 Italian crown takes them above AC Milan's 19 Serie A titles, and only below one Juventus, who are 21. But this is only their second title since 2010, last winning under the coach of Antonio Conte in 2021. Simeone Inzaghi has brought the good time back to the Nerazzurris, cruising the Scudetto with 5 games to spare on the back of a 27-game unbeaten run in the league. They have scored 79 goals already, 15 clear sheets, anybody else, and consider just 18 fewer than any other side in the league. Congratulations to Inter Milan, and congratulations to all the big players who have made impact in winning this award for them after about 14 years without clinching it. Let's go straight to gossip this time around, where West Ham hold talks with Sporting Lisboa head coach Ruben Amorim as they decide whether to extend David Moyes' contract this summer. It is not clear that they were Hamas would rank in Amorim's option. Former Wolves boss Julien Lopetegui is a serious contender to replace Moyes at London Stadium in West Ham. Amorim remains Liverpool's #1 target to replace Jurgen Klopp, but Brentford manager Thomas Frank is being considered if Portuguese goes elsewhere. Now, fans of Liverpool are also including the man Steven Gerrard more than any other coach list. Erik ten Hag credentials will be assessed by new Manchester United technical director Jason Willox before the club make decision on the Dutchman's future, according to news coming in from Telegraph. Now, Brighton manager Roberto De Zerbi is a leading candidate to replace ten Hag if he leaves Old Trafford, and the Seagulls are considering Burnley head coach Vincent Kompany as a possible replacement of Frank. Meanwhile, Bayern Munich are also discussing De Zerbi with the first choice target Julian Nagelsmann option to extend his contract with Germany. Saudi Arabian club Al Nassr remain interested in signing Manchester City's Kevin De Bruyne in the summer. and I expected to contact the 32-year-old Belgian midfielder pretty soon. Barcelona have joined Arsenal in being interested in 90 million rated Newcastle and Swedish striker Alexander Isak with the Spanish club hoping to strike a deal as Magpies look to negative financial fair play rules. Arsenal and United have joined the replacement the race to sign Crystal Palace forward Michael Olise, but they face competition from Chelsea, Manchester City and Juventus. Now let's look at fixtures of matches as time is far spent. Let's look at the fixtures of matches that will be going down later tonight, 8 p.m. like I told you in the English Premier League. It is Arsenal versus Chelsea. Tomorrow we'll be seeing 7:45 p.m. Wolverhampton taking on Bournemouth at 8 p.m. Crystal Palace taking on Newcastle, Everton taking on Liverpool same time. United will host Sheffield United in the Premier League, while in the French League, Lorient will take on Paris Saint-Germain at 6 p.m. Marseille will host Nice at 8 p.m. AS Monaco will host Lille at 8 p.m. in the French League. This is how the package will be this beautiful morning right here on your number one star PNB Sport, PNB TV. Go out there. This is a night of eclipse. You can call it the eclipse of football, just like you know in the eclipse of sun. Yes, this is eclipse of football, where the red and the blues clash tonight by 8 p.m. My name has been Rudon Musago RM Jam, saying to have a pleasant week ahead of you, and do stay out of trouble. To meet tomorrow for the Wednesday's edition. Bye for now.